Welcome back to Glowing Card. Today, the long awaited review of the Neverending Story remake. Now, I I did a search. I did some research on this because I wanted to. This is one of my favorite movies. I would say, and it's weird, like my top 10. I guess I'm very childish and have a soft spot for all the movies I enjoyed when I was a kid. So this one, you know, there are movies I'm like, why are we remaking this? I mean, I often say that because generally, sometimes the remake will be better, but often it's just not. It's just a new version of the movie. Yeah, maybe some people haven't seen the original, but it feels like nothing really new is coming out of Hollywood. Everything is either a remake or a sequel. So some of the things that during this research that I have uncovered are Conan the King, which will also star Arnold Schwarzenegger 40 years after the original film. So I'll be doing a review on that. Police Academy 8, which has Steve Guttenberg back in the lineup for that one. So we'll see how that. I'll see if I can find some previews for that. Um, Other things. And just stay tuned to the channel. Check in every once in a while, check the long forms, because these I'm going to do as long form videos. Um, Try and keep these under 20 minutes if I can, more like maybe 10 or 15. Now, back to the Neverending Story. I couldn't find where production had even started for this. No cast, no, like, there wasn't really much of anything on there, which I thought was weird because I had seen this come across on my Instagram feed. Um, and then I looked for the same preview, and there technically is no preview for this movie. So this makes me think what I saw was AI. Maybe it is. I don't know. Um, but what I did uncover is that they have greenlit a sequel, or not a sequel, but a remake of the Neverending Story. So it looks like they will remake it, although there have been no positions cast, there's no director. The only thing that I read on one of the pages I was doing research on was that this new movie is going to stay more true to the original novel of The Neverending Story. Which, if you have ever read that, which I listened to it on audiobook once with my wife, and they kind of took the best parts out of the book and made the first movie, and then they took and there was more to the book, and they did that as the second movie, so the sequel of it. Didn't get the original cast, nothing. I mean, it was kind of an interesting group of people for the cast of the second of the sequel, The Neverending Story 2. Um, Personally, I think they did a fabulous job on 1984's version, um, but it's rumored that this new version will be coming out in 2026. Now, I did find on my Instagram feed, and actually did a search, I did find the footage I watched. Now, it does appear in this um, footage. One, I think this is AI, to be honest. With everything that I read and like none of the cast, there's no real news about it other than, yeah, they're gonna make a remake of it. Okay, cool. That's all the news I could find. Like there's truly no trailer, none of that. So I think this is an AI creation, but we're gonna watch it here. And then maybe I'll give some more thoughts on it here in a second. Let me go ahead and kind of shrink myself down a little bit, um, and then we'll get ready to play it. See if we can do it that way, right? Can we remove the image? Are we gonna have? Oops, wrong image. There we go. There we go. Now I can make myself a little bigger. Boom. How about that? Okay. Um, Let me make sure there might be sound with this. I don't remember hearing the sound, so I'll be listening for the first time with you. Now there are some comments, I put those off on the side, but they're all in Russian anyway. So you can see the top of this is in Russian. I don't know if this is leaked footage and some Russian guy got a hold of it, or if some Russian guy just made an AI preview, and this is kind of a scene for scene new 1984 versus the 2026, 2027 version. Not sure when it's coming out. If this is truly the preview for it, or you know what we're gonna see here. Watched this once a week and a half ago, which made me think of starting this video series and giving my thoughts on these things. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and play it and see what we got. Yeah, it's just going to be the music. So I'm going to silence that so I can give my thoughts here. It looks crisper, cleaner, high definition, but this does look somewhat of an AI remake. Um, Falcor looks exactly the same. In some of the scenes, he looks more like a Chinese dragon. They look like big, strong hands, don't they? The Gamog. Um, yeah. So I guess Michael, and maybe they do have a director. And maybe these are some of the actors that are going to be in it. So that's possible. All right, we're going to stop it there. Um, Scene for scene, it looks just the same. If this is true footage, it looks, I mean, pretty identical. Which it leads me to think this is AI, um, because it looks like they put some of the same, uh, well, not some of the same effort, but I saw Jackie Chan in there, and I saw um, Ryan Reynolds in there as the snail rider, which that would be kind of a smaller role for him. But I don't know how you work Ryan Reynolds into a main role of the Neverending Story. Um, I think you'd want him in a more humorous role too, which I think the Snail Rider kind of was. Uh, I mean, overall, if the movie came out looking somewhat like this, I'd at least go watch it. And a lot of remakes and sequels, I just don't care for. I'm not going spending. I've kind of stopped. And I'll give my thoughts on that here in a second. How far are we? Um, on the time, I'm not sure how far we are on the time. Oh, 9 minutes. Okay, so I have a little time. Um, if it came through like this, I would probably go see it simply because one, the nostalgia. Two, it looks like if the movie came out like this, it looks like they would have put the time and effort in there to really make something good and beautiful. Um, Hopefully there's no message in there, which is the one thing that will kill a movie for me. I can't stand to watch that stuff. I want a good story, good character development. I want people to struggle. That's the whole point, right? So, you know, and then if you are doing a sequel, be going somewhere with it. Tell that story, take that ending or whatever, and then extend that ending to wherever you want to make the next movie. Then take that movie and be going somewhere with it. Tell a new story or extended part of that story, something new, some twists that we haven't seen before, something like that. Um, I I'll go over what I thought of the Saw series because you know I kind of lost interest in that about the fourth movie. Um, and the reason being is that I get that you want to just keep cranking out sequels and keep making money, but my whole point of that is it seemed like they were heading somewhere with that. Like, you're going to make so many movies. It's going to end. And it should end on your terms. You want to end the movie or the series on your terms. You don't want to just keep going until it's just dead, and that's the way most sequels are anymore. The only exception to this probably is maybe the comic book movies, because that's the way comic books have always been, is that they have a continual story. It's like a soap opera in drawing form. Like Days of Our Lives has been on for 40 years. Comics have been around a lot longer than that. The story just keeps going on. But they have different storylines. They are going somewhere with the story. It just takes them a little while to get there. And I'm okay with that. For the Saw movies, it seemed like they were going somewhere. And then somewhere in like the end of Saw 3 or somewhere in 4, it just stopped going anywhere and just became about the puzzles and the horror. Which, I mean, some people like that. Okay, that's fine. But I was expecting it to head somewhere. I don't know where exactly, but I was expecting there to be some sort of ending, some sort of, hey, we're going here. This is how it ends. Ta-da! No more movies, right? We've covered what we need to cover in these 4 or 5 movies, whatever it is, right? Kind of the same thing here, and same thing with all remakes and sequels. Be going somewhere with it. That's all I ask. Um, so yeah, those are my thoughts. I hope that it does seem like they have a director. It does seem like they might be using some of these actors for some of these roles. I don't know if any of this is official. There is no official trailer. So I don't know if this is true, if it is happening. But that's what I saw. That's what I got for you. I figured I would just go ahead and share what I had. All right. That's it for this video. Thank you for joining me on the new upcoming Neverending Story. That's all I got for you. Leave your comments and your thoughts on this movie down below. Be sure to like and share this out and subscribe so that others can also like, share, and subscribe as well. Until the next time, be good to each other. I'll see you then. Everybody, have a good day.